Welcome. My name is Penelope Chatterton. Welcome to Awaken the Dream. It is good to be with you today, and I have a guest I have not seen in 7 years, thanks to Linda reminding me. Her name is Linda Preston. She's a Cabalistic healer. She is a Reiki master, and she is a massage therapist, of which I don't know how they do it, because I've had one, and I said to myself, how do they survive this career? But you're here to talk about alignment today, Linda. So you were telling me before the show how you got to this place, and if you would help me and help our friends watching the show, how did you end up here? Because you have evolved over, what, 25 years of healing work?
Well, I usually say 25 plus. It's about 30 now, actually.
Oh, good.
Thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity to see you again.
I know. Isn't it fun?
Very much. So 30 years as a massage therapist. It was about 8 years into my career when I felt burnt out, fatigued. I couldn't understand how I was feeling, and I was led toward learning energy healing, intensive energy healing at the Barbara Brennan School of Healing at that time, which led me to learning Cabalistic healing and studying with my teacher, Jason Schulman, in New Jersey for 13 years.
Oh, wow. It's a lot of studying.
Yes.
Is that hands-off then? I mean, I'm trying to help our friends with the massage, which am I right that that's pretty intense?
It's not massage, it's intense, but it is, Cabalistic healing is based on the Kabbalah, which is the mystical path of Judaism.
Yeah.
And the studies that we were involved in were how those pertain to healing, how those teachings pertain to healing.
Okay.
So developing our own internal relationship with the Cabalistic Tree of Life, which is a template for wholeness, and a dynamic template that is the basis of all the healings provided in that system of healing, of which there are about 18 different healings. We were involved in a lot of self-healing, of course, as any healing program would be, and so we ended up with an intimate relationship with that Tree of Life, which allows us to hold that for the client when they come in, when they discuss their problems, their struggles. So we work as co-conspirators, as detectives for that pattern of suffering and how to undo those stuck patterns, the repetitive patterns where people get stuck in. So we talk, and then there's a part of the session that is energetic healing, provided hands-on. So it's not massage, but it is a transmission of a healing through the hands.
I like the idea that the Tree of Life is the source, and you use that. It's almost as if you're in the light, and from that wholeness, then you work within that realm for healing, and you work as a unit.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
Exciting. That's
very exciting. I get to see very big changes for people who weren't able to find it in other ways. It's very rewarding for me in that way. It's also very nourishing for me to be able to be in that energy with the person.
I would think so.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 and 3 gathered together. Oh, isn't it wonderful the work we do when it comes to healing, and we're thinking of the whole world, we're contributing, and and you have a venue in a sense that I don't know much about, which is why I'm glad you're here helping us with what that is, because when we talked on the phone you had me all excited about what the alignments can do for someone, which I will hope you'll explain that to us.
Yes, as a massage therapist and starting to study energy healing back at the beginning of my career, I had this lofty goal of being able to integrate energy healing and massage therapy. Of course, it took many more years than I might have expected. But I feel that I'm seated in that place now where when I walk into the massage room to work with a client, I have that Tree of Life within me that's lit up. Even though they're not coming in for Cabalistic healing, there's an alignment that is offered to them through the work that I'm doing.
Gotcha.
In the massage venue. Yes, I bring it with me. And so it was described to me recently that I provide a space that's sort of like a boat slip for a boat to pull into and find
like
safe
that.
harbor.
Yeah.
And like a tuning fork, there's an energy that resonates back and forth until that person feels balanced and aligned, and then they go on their way.
Yeah.
It's sometimes subtle, but there's definitely a change that's felt.
Yeah.
Whether they come in for Cabalistic work, chakra balancing, or massage therapy.
Now, does this take place through meditation and conversation? I mean, what are the realms when someone comes into that slip? As the boat comes in, you have a framework of time where you work together. Does it
Yes.
unfold in creative ways differently with everybody, or do you have
Yes.
a method that you guide them with?
Well,
or both?
if someone schedules massage therapy, we might find that it's going to be an integrated bodywork session, which would involve massage and some energy balancing, either Reiki, chakra balancing, or craniosacral work, a combination of those.
Okay.
Cabalistic healing is pretty much a pure, unfiltered, undiluted session. It stands on its own.
Okay.
But my beliefs, my understanding, my knowledge of that work helps me to assess when someone comes in what might be helpful to them.
Okay.
I do teach meditation at my place, which is the Cape Cod Body and Soul Day Spa in Dennisport.
I was just going to ask you to say that again.
The Cape Cod Body and Soul Day Spa in Dennisport on Swan River and Route 28.
Okay.
We offer some classes for wholeness and wellness. Qigong class is taught by Jeannie Haro, who's a nurse practitioner in the area and a wonderful Qigong teacher.
Oh, nice.
And I offer classes in aromatherapy, learning how to use therapeutic grade essential oils for wellness, and meditation. Because my own struggles in meditation many years ago helped me to have understanding of why people say, I just can't do it. I've tried meditation, but I just can't do it.
Yeah.
And so 15 years ago, I started creating classes to help people to get started because it's such a valuable tool.
Yes.
It really is life-changing.
Don't we chuckle at how we sort of walk around that all the time? It's like, I like to think when I'm jogging that, you know, when I get bolts out of the blue, that in fact, meditation, even though we can sit in a posture, they can come through when you're released. Like if you're in a rhythm, when I dance, I feel like I'm in meditation and things come to me in that state of being out of the body so much. And so I think the challenge, you have mentioned it, I don't know anyone who doesn't struggle with how do I empty so I can be filled, so I can hear.
Right.
That's hard.
and the perspective that I use in my meditation classes is the same that was taught to me in energy healing schools, which is to be in the body, to be grounded in the body and become more present there.
Okay.
In order to be a more conscious person, to be the best that we can be.
Yeah.
So a lot of the work that I do in those classes is to help people to go
into the body,
down and in. And then by being present and seated, we can empty. It's like defragging the computer.
Yeah.
Those files just start, you know, lifting out.
Now, I would like to ask you, because if I were sitting with you, I'd want you to help me to breathe my way into that place. Is that something that one does? Because I know with breathing, I mean, even in my worst state when I'm sort of chuckling at myself, I do know I can hang on to, will you please sit down and take a deep breath? Or fill that belly and work with that for a minute, especially if you may be rushed. I don't know whether that's something that
Absolutely. It's
does.
A great tool just for 30 seconds to reconnect with the breath. Can just recenter, allow you to regroup a little bit, settle down a little bit.
Yeah.
We get so caught up in the noise of the mind, the drama of the mind, the drama of the moment.
Yeah.
And to be able to step back from that, watch it on the screen rather than the movie screen, rather than to be acting it out.
Yeah. We can get addicted to all those dramas. It's
Yes.
kind of fascinating to me.
Yes.
It's like we're so comfortable, we're so used to being conditioned in our human nature to absorb all that we absorb. Just waking up is a lot to handle.
Yes.
That
it is. It's an ongoing, everyday task.